Good evening and welcome to episode 14 of the Midweek Mixup podcast. This week we are joined by the crew of the Gaming Beyond the Box podcast, the host himself, Wilmy Hood, Italian Clowns, soon to join us, Husk, when he arrives in about 5 to 15 minutes, whenever he might turn up.
5 to an hour, who knows?
5 to an hour, 2 hours.
Depends on how drunk he is.
Whenever he turns up and however many cans he's had beforehand. And our regular panel, or at least part of our regular panel, Patchio, Shomberlon, and Roya. How are you doing today, guys?
Good.
I'm good.
Doing well.
Good, ready to roll. So first of all, our introductions. We'll start with our guests. Wilmy, the host of Gaming Beyond the Box, the crazy gang, anything goes podcast where nothing is off limits, at least unless you're on Facebook, in which case you get banned.
Pretty much. Yeah.
How's it going today, brother? What you been up to?
Well, it's 3 o'clock here, so it's still the middle of the workday. So if you see my camera go out and me yelling and screaming before I can mute the microphone, you know what happened. It's just been it's another week, man. I mean, 2020 has been a great decade, hasn't it? It's just, I don't know, man. I'm waiting for these new consoles to come out. I'm really tired of all the crap I'm seeing on social media. I just want some games. I want my new consoles. Then I want everybody else on the planet to just fucking go away. I'm to that point, dude. It just wears on you after a while. But yeah, let's do it, man. You're getting me early. The caffeine hasn't kicked in yet. So yeah, let's do it.
Let's go for it. And returning again to the Midweek Mixup podcast, Italian Clowns. How are you doing today, brother? What's up?
Pretty good, man. Thanks for having me back here. It's always a pleasure, especially with Wilmy by my side. Now I can try to. What is that thing Fork always does? Like
the other way around.
Yeah. Try to touch.
Oh man, it's not working.
What you've been up to anyway? You're a very busy man at the moment these days. Quite a lot of developers and people that are involved, whether it be voice actors or engineers or designers or developers themselves. You're getting quite a few people on your own show. So you mentioned just before we started as well that you've got someone on again within about not even an hour.
Yes.
So who are you? Who have you got on today? Do you want to let everybody know?
Oh, sure. Thanks, man. I have Kelsey Abbott on. She's a writer for Cartoon Network. She also starred in the horror movie VHS 2. She wrote Uncle Grandpa, Unikitty, Community, and she has something like 40 other credits to her name under direction, production, makeup. So she's pretty big. And then Friday we actually got Tommy Tallarico on. And then next week we're supposed to have Scott Millard from Feardemic Games.
Oh, right.
And I'm working on Courtney Taylor.
I think we're working on Thomas from the Falconeer as well, but it has to run through Wired, so we're waiting to hear back from them, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah. I know what that's like, man.
It does take a while though sometimes, doesn't it? Just a little bit.
It does, yeah.
What's normally your turnaround for PR to come back to you?
For when it comes from a publisher, anywhere from a week to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
When it comes from the developer directly, usually less than a week. And if you have a direct contact to like a voice actor, actress, or celebrity, usually within 2 to 3 days. It's so much easier to bypass the agent and publisher.
Yeah. So it's at least the time scales are relative to what you'd expect, especially at the minute anyway. I'm surprised you can quite a few of them on with the kind of build up the launch, especially this close to it anyway. We know one of the hurdles we're having, especially right now, is the build up the launch and trying to get them on right this second is quite a bit of a pain.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there's one benefit though. I mean, like a lot of people are working from their homes. So due to COVID, they're at home more. And we found that that's how we've been getting a lot more people on, because otherwise they'd be like traveling somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the more difficult things to do is try to pin them down when they're traveling.
Yeah.
Sweet. We will go on to our regular panel now. So, Patche, how are you doing today, brother?
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
Well, I'm doing pretty good actually. As a lot of you guys already know, I won an e-bike. It's pretty crazy. Didn't expect it, but I participated in a promotion of Trust Gaming. They had a promotion with a selling company that we have here, and I'm the lucky winner of the e-bike. So yeah, I cannot wait to receive it. So it's pretty awesome. And I've been working.
You've already got a buyer.
Oh yeah, like he's sitting in the right corner, probably. So who knows? So yeah, man. But just usual working, bits on my gaming, and yeah.
Have you had a chance to check out the new PUBG map yet?
Yep, I've been played yesterday a few games, and just now before the stream. They added like the graphics are upgraded right now, so it goes up to 60 FPS, they say, but still you can see like the game is kind of stuttering. You see like the screen is pretty weird, but the game itself it's pretty smoothly. So yeah, it's better than like the live server it is right now. So
sweet.
Yeah.
And what do you make of what is the new map like then? Is it much different? I know obviously with the volcanic ash and the lava and things like that, is that something else you've got to contend with?
Yeah, so with the new map you have like 4 different kind of how do you say it? I don't know how to pronounce it.
Kind of like a bit like seasons.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, so the weather and the area just change every time you go into a game.
Yeah.
But the map itself, it looks pretty cool. It's a bit like Senok, a lot of hills and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking for it before it goes live.
Sweet. Well, won't be long. At least they've improved it now, so it's 60 frames across the board, which is nice to see. Even if they have dropped the resolution a bit, but expect to see a little bit better than that on Series X. So we'll see how that polishes up. But like you say, you might get a Series X sooner rather than later because you're selling your e-bike.
Yeah, exactly. Because I already own like 3 bikes, so yeah, like the e-bike is pretty useless for me. So yeah, if I can sell it, I will definitely get a Series X for sure. So
Sweet.
might be quicker in my house than I thought.
yeah, not the middle of next year. Probably the beginning of next year instead.
Oh yeah, probably
Sweet.
it is.
Happy days. Next, Shomberlon. How are you doing today, brother? What have you been up to?
Yeah, not bad. Other than working, not much gaming wise. I just started get back into Red Dead 2, the story rather than just the online.
Yeah.
The usual with Apex. I've tried a bit of Destiny 2 as well because I'll probably give that a fair crack once the new update is out when the Series X comes out. Getting my ass kicked at Doom Eternal. That game is so hard sometimes.
Yeah.
You just hit certain areas and they just smash you until you lock your way through. And then I was playing a little game called, I don't know if anyone's heard of it, Katana Zero.
No, I've seen it, but I haven't played it yet. Is that any
I
good?
haven't played it.
It's quite an interesting concept. It's basically you've got to do the whole level. They're small levels, basically one floor in one continuous run. And the idea is that you're mapping it out in your mind before you do it. So if you successfully complete it, then your character will go through it. You can skip it if you want, but yeah, it's quite a fun game. A little bit addicting as well. And I've been trying these bad boys out, which I got yesterday or the day before, a pair of Neurophones.
And how are they so far? We're going to get into that in a little bit, aren't we?
They are amazing. I love them. But yeah, I've been trying those out. Really, really good for Red Dead 2.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Happy days, happy days. And last but not least, Broya, how are you doing today, brother? What you been up to?
Doing well, very busy. You all know from the cast here. I'm moving out. You can see here in the bag a bit here. I've got all my closets. I'm breaking them down, putting them all in boxes. So really, really busy, and I've got some busy weeks at work as well. But still managed to squeeze in some games. I've did a bit the same as Shomberlon. So I started Red Dead Redemption 2 as well. Really loving the scene and playing it on my X is already it's already great to see how the environment looks, how the game plays. So I can wait to boot it up on my Series X in a couple of weeks. Playing Apex as well. I'm level 80 now in this season, so it's coming. Hopefully, I'm gonna manage to complete it to 110 at the end. I've been playing the Call of Duty the beta, so I've done a couple of games of that. I really like it actually. It's less stressful.
Nice.
I playing the battle royale games the whole time, and now playing Call of Duty. It's less stressful. It's a bit like in the old days, playing a bit of Call of Duty, and really feels good. I really liked it, so I think that will definitely be one of the games I'm gonna be buying at launch. To seriously also see about the new gen and see what it's bringing there. Playing some Cuisine Royale with the mates on the Tuesday evenings.
An absolute abundance of different battle royale games going on here. So.
Yeah.
Apex, PUBG, Cuisine Royale.
I love it. Yeah, and one game to play in the afternoons to really get my stress going was HyperDot. So it's a Game Pass game. It's crazy. It's so simple, just moving a dot between other dots. You're
in a big circle.
Yeah.
I played it. I'm on level 50 or 60. Yeah, it is pretty stressful.
Yeah, but I've had some fun with that, and the rest. For me. It's all focused on moving to my new house. So next Saturday I'll be moving out
and migrating 600 Microsoft staff.
Exactly.
Which is always good fun. Is it done now?
I've had a successful migration of 600 to 700 people from one company, and I've only had 10 people that had some problems, and they had to refresh some cookies, and that's it. So
that's pretty basic problems to try and fix as well.
Absolutely successful project. Yeah, absolutely.
That's one weight off your shoulder anyway. You were literally, every time we spoke to you, it was just like, yep, still working. Yep, still working. Did you actually get any sleep over the weekend?
Yeah, I managed to squeeze in a couple of hours. No, we had a great team, and we did a hell of a job. Congrats to the team. I got at work as well there. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, yeah, congrats for that. I'm glad that's out the way, and you can potentially slightly relax before you do your actual own move.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Some kind of relaxation. I did actually see on the speaking of Cuisine Royale, that is one of the titles that they've enhanced straight away for next gen.
Yeah, the update is coming. I'm really curious what it's gonna bring. I really hope they're gonna bring the 60 FPS 4K enhancements, a new level. Yeah, it's a really nice game. I really recommend playing the game and see if it's coming out of the beta. It's still in beta, but it's a hell of a game. We really need to do a session with a couple of people from the podcast here and see what it's gonna bring there.
I've played one game of it, and I got rocket launched from a tower. Literally creeping along, and it just looked up, and I was like, all right, I've had enough. I'm going to wait for Brian to show me how to play it.
Yeah, let's hook up. We're gonna do some games together. It's really cool.
Sweet. I'm gonna, before we start getting into the topics for the show, I'm gonna kind of focus back again on gaming beyond the box. Mainly see really questions about the podcast itself and how you come to set it all up in the first place. What kind of drove you to set up a podcast? Much like ourselves, of course, we have our different reasons. What drove you and Forky to set up the podcast and kind of go from there?
Well, I was a admin for a Facebook group for years. It was an Xbox One group.
Yeah.
And if you've ever listened to me before through the Southern accent, you know, I play everything. Xbox and PC I prefer. But I left the Facebook group, and ironically, the guy that owned the Facebook group was from the UK. But when I left, all the other admins left the group. So we kind of left him holding a group of almost 70,000 people by himself. Because the guy was a douche. So I started a new group on Facebook, and I named it Gaming Beyond the Box. And myself and the other admins were going to start a podcast. Well, I did all the footwork, got everything set up. My other admins, they showed up for one podcast. That was it. When it came time to do the second podcast, and I was trying to get ideas, I was like, so what should we talk about? Everybody kept saying, let's talk about DLC. I was like, nobody wants to talk about DLC. Nobody. Yeah. And just out of dumb luck, believe it or not, somebody had posted a link to a podcast in the chat in the Facebook.
Oh, a little bit of a freeze going on there.
So I clicked on the link, and at the time I'd never heard of Iron Lords. I clicked on the link and, you know, went into the show. And this, of course, it wasn't live. I was watching the replay, and I was like, that's how I would want to do a podcast. And I became a subscriber to those guys right then. And as dumb luck would have it, I met a couple of people in the community I probably should not have met up with. Not to name any names, sorry, but you know, shit happens, right? But you know, I was on his podcast briefly, and I realized what a mistake I was making. But the thing was, you know, I couldn't get the other admins involved. They wanted to do the podcast until it was time to do the podcast, and then they were, you know, AOL. I mean, they were gone. So I happened to run into Ghost on Twitter one afternoon, and Evil Ghost and myself were talking back and forth. And I was like, hey, man, why don't you come over on the podcast one week? I was like, you know, we're just getting started. And Ghost was like, cool, because I found out Ghost lives not too far from me. He's in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, which is like 30 miles from me. Right. And so he and I were talking, and we set it up. That's how I met Fork and Bomber. And the funny part, my other admins, all of a sudden when I told them that day, I'm like, well, look, I've got these other guys that's going to come on the podcast. Don't worry about it. Then they were pissed. Oh, I planned on being on there tonight. Really? You had no intention of being on there. So they kept arguing with me back and forth. I'm like, that's fine. I'll give you an hour, and then I'm going to boot every one of you fuckers off the show, and then I'm going to bring these other guys on for the last hour. And it was so funny because I had never talked to Fort before. I'd never talked to Bomber. And at the time, they had Tubby with them as well. I never talked to either of these guys. I just talked to Ghost. And ironically, I think we had 2 people watching the first hour. And I'm pretty sure that was family. I didn't even watch the shit, dude. I logged off. I went into my living room, was playing Gears of War or some shit. I'm like, no, I don't even want to watch it. So when 9 o'clock came around, I booted everybody off the panel, brought in Fork and all the other guys, and we've been doing it ever since. But it was funny to watch because, you know, when we started off, we had like 5, 6 people watch. And that was probably all of us logged in from a different device. But the thing was, each one of us knew how we wanted to do it. And the simple fact that all of us are fucked up makes it even better. So, I mean, we're living proof you may be a certain age, but you do not have to grow up.
Nope.
And we just feed off each other really well. So
Forky's the main living proof for that.
Oh yeah, I mean, the guy came out on the podcast and said Xbox bought Mixer, not bought Discord, and he heard it from a guy behind the Wendy's trash dumpster. I mean, come on. And just all of our senses of humor just kind of came together, and we play off each other very well. I mean, we got Fork, who has no brains and no morals. We got Palmer, who's the crybaby of the group. Hi, Palmer. We got Ghost, who is the stoner. And Husk, as a matter of fact, asked me, and I never even heard of Husk. One afternoon, I get a DM on Twitter saying, "Hey, man, would you like to come on my podcast one weekend?" Sure, I'll do it. And I went on his podcast with him, and then I had him on as a guest twice. And I asked Husk, "Well, hey, do you want to join us?" So we're like a collaboration of a really big fucked up family. So. But it works. You know, we've got a little bit of everybody, and you know, we brought Clowns in because Clowns have been on the podcast a couple of different times, and he's from Florida. It's always good to have somebody from Florida because I mean they're just the comic relief. And then we got Dreadful, who's also from Florida, and then we brought Lady on board because the simple fact the girl has no filter, so
it helps on that show.
Yeah, she is just as much of one of the guys as well. She's probably more of a guy than Fork. Let's be honest. So I mean, it just all works out, man. And the thing is, I don't know. Some podcasts are too serious, way too serious, and I didn't want it to be serious because, like I say it all the time, man. Anybody can pull up these articles and sit and read this shit to you through YouTube.
Yeah.
That bores the fuck out of me, dude. I've been on a couple of podcasts where I've legitimately just turned my shit off and walked away. I mean, there's just nothing. If I'm bored, I know the people watching and listening are bored.
Oh yeah, 100%.
And I just don't want anybody to be bored, if that makes sense, because I'm not going to listen to 2 hours of somebody rambling about, Dutch, I bought this Elite 2 controller, and I noticed right away that the battery compartment was rather large. I mean, nobody wants to hear this shit. Nobody wants to hear that for 2 straight hours, man. Nobody. And I didn't want a podcast where people just sit and complained for 2 straight hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've worked well together for a year, and I cannot believe we're almost at 12,000 subscribers at this point. So we never thought we'd make it past
the fun yous have, though. It's testament to the fun yous have, because it's some craziness on that show.
We've even agreed the day the podcast stops being fun is the day we stop doing it.
Yeah.
Because we're not doing it for money. We do it just for laughs and giggles. Because, I mean, come on, unless you want to sit here and bash Xbox for 2 hours, you're not going to make any money anyway.
Or just make sure that you just stalk King David and just make him do every day under the sun.
Yeah, as long see, Husk will be perfect tonight because it's 3 p.m. here. He's already drinking. In the next 5 hours, he'll have a spatula under his ass. When he's on my show tonight.
Oh yes,
and, you can always depend. Husk is going to be drunk. Lady's going to be drunk. Ghost is going to be high.
Oh yeah,
and Fork is going to touch himself on the camera.
So maybe he'll take his shirt off this time, will he?
No, we don't need that.
Terrifying.
Well, he had his pants off the other week, didn't he? And his missus came in. I remember that.
What?
Yeah.
He has been slapped a couple of times on, when we were live.
Yep.
And but I mean, we just do it kind of like Bomber said. We do it for a laugh, to cheer people up. I mean, like I said earlier, man, 2020 has been a hell of a decade. Everybody wants to get over it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hell, if you can tune in and get a little entertainment for free, fuck it, why not?
Exactly. That's one of the things for us as well, is especially with the way this year has been going. It is provide entertainment, make people laugh, have a good time, have fun. And again, we do it because we want to. If we didn't want to do it, we just wouldn't.
I would have never. If you would have told me a year ago we would have this many subscribers to our show, I would have laughed at you. I would have never believed it. And honestly, I'm still surprised YouTube allows us to be on.
That ain't no shit. We ran a pretty fine line with their guidelines.
Well, we know how to stretch it out a little bit, but the thing
there's
is,
a gray area, and we're really good at staying.
Just make sure you got your shit set to 18 and above, and I put it in every podcast, even when we put it on Spotify and Apple. This is an adult podcast. Don't listen if you're super sensitive or under 18. So, I mean,
I was always set to over 18, so again, there's no filters.
Yeah, because I don't want little Billy, that's confused by the Xbox, SKUs. I don't want him to walking around listening to our podcast, asking his mom a bunch of questions. What is that guy talking about getting in the dumpster, Mom? I don't want to hear that.
The dumpster stuff's not even anywhere near the worst that's come from Forky.
No.
Why does that guy get flopped? And why does that guy sound like he's been drinking for a week?
Because you have.
Oh, right.
I don't think you ever stop, because if you notice to the right of Husk's chair, there's like an IV bag that actually has Bush beer poured into it.
Yeah, directly into the veins.
That's why you never see his arms.
This is just for show,
Yeah, just for show.
We never really thought in the beginning that it would take off the way it did, and I'm still shocked. So, and there for the longest time, I had people, and I guess if you've heard of me at all, some of the crazy shit I've done for the community. Oh my God, we used to get people all the time, dude. It would come into the chat. Hey man, I need this or I need that. I need to do TV. Oh, hey, I need this. I need that. Oh, we put a stop to that shit a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I've seen that. It was getting a bit ridiculous, wasn't it?
Well, I mean, when you got a dude sending you a message because his wife wants a breast implant, yeah, it's pretty beyond.
Really?
Yeah, I actually had a DM, dude. The guy, he said his wife needed breast implants, and I'm like, well, find another wife, homie. But it just, people will really shock you. So
trying to say kindness for a weakness. That's what they think.
Yeah, and I mean, we do our giveaways and all that good stuff, but we keep it to the people that support the channel and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, but we've done some reworking here and there. We've pulled it. I won't say professional by any means, but we have tightened it in a little bit, to make it a little more presentable. That's the way to put it.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, because it'll never be professional. So I'll leave that shit in the office.
Our news show can't even be professional.
I did actually watch that the other day, Husk. I was surprised at how many personas you have.
And the bad part, he's not acting. He just has that many split personalities.
Yeah. It's all natural. So.
Speaking of split
does it depend on the alcohol that you drink, Husk?
I don't know. We all seem to like the same shit, so I don't know if that plays a factor or not. Sometimes I just wake up and I don't know where I'm at, and there's a mustache laying next to me with a cowboy hat. I'm not sure how it got there.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Speaking of introductions, though, Husk, welcome.
Hi.
How are you doing today?
Sorry I'm late. Thanks for the fucking invite. It's already a good time. I've only been here like 10 minutes. So
sweet. You're welcome. What you been up to anyway?
Whole bunch of nothing. Switching jobs. I was actually late because of that. Apparently I'm starting tomorrow. So go to my first day back at my old job, nice and hungover. Ought to do the
So does it include the mattress to strap to your back, or do you have to supply your own mattress?
I have to supply my own mattress.
Okay.
It sucks. Unless you want to hook me up with a mattress, I'll take it.
I think Dutch finally got what I was talking about at that point.
Yeah.
He's got a little sign that says curb service, a little mattress on his back. it was Fork's idea.
With his IV
Fork
straps
has great ideas. I like Fork's ideas. Maybe we should just do a whole episode of only Fork's ideas and see what happens.
We would definitely be banned from YouTube at that point.
Whose idea was Ask Wilmy?
Actually, it was Leo.
Yeah.
Was it?
We were, because we all of us are friends. We talk all day, every day, either in text or in chats or on the phone. Leo had came up with it I don't even remember what it was. Somebody had put up a hashtag on a post. It's about a horror game or something. And they hashtag Ask Wilmy. And Leo goes, that'd be a great idea, man. You do like a little thing called Ask Wilmy. So, and of course, I got up with Jay, and I'm like, Jay, I need an intro for this show. And Graphic God, man, I tell Jay, he's almost as much of a part of this Gaming Beyond the Box as we are, because the guy has worked with me so much. He knows what I want before I even know I want it. And because I'm here to tell you, if I had to make these graphics and shit, I'd be so fucked. You'd be looking at stick figures on the screen. And, Jay put everything together for me and all that good stuff. And we just try to do it to have fun. And tomorrow night is not going to happen, because this is my third podcast this week already, and I've got another one tonight. So it's probably not going to happen tomorrow night. But we just, it was something different. And because I do have a lot of different interests other than just games. So it works out. It's just funny. And plus it was on at the same time as another podcaster I can't mention. But, I figured, hey, fuck it. If I can pull a little, attention from him, fuck it. Why not,
At the same time, it's more community interaction, too. With people that watch all the time. So on a little more personal level, as opposed to just watching and dying from laughter. So.
But I mean, it is like you say, the podcast that you've built, though, it's entirely different to any other show I've seen, and that's obviously it's a good thing.
Well, that was the whole point, man. Because there's so many cookie cutters, and now, it's really hard unless you know the people to differentiate one show from the next.
Yeah.
Today, Blizzard, Xbox, what does it mean? Okay, well, you can't talk about it, but so much. I mean, when I think about it, yes, my nipples get rock hard, but I mean, I can't talk about it shit every single day, man. And that's what a lot of people do.
Yeah.
It's just the same news regurgitated, and it just bores the shit out of me. So I'm not going to do it to everybody in our chat. So you just got to make it different, and we do some crazy shit, but that's what makes it great.
We having a Halloween special next week?
We are.
I thought I'd seen something like that. I think Lady mentioned she had 2 shows next week where she had to have fancy dress. Are you both jumping in fancy dress next week?
Well, me, you can kind of say that, but I own a lot of stuff anyway. So I collect all kinds of weird shit anyway.
Say Fork will definitely get a dress. I think Lady's loaning him one.
Yeah, I think Fork's gonna dress as a cheerleader. Don't stick me to that.
That would be
dumpster,
hilarious.
I mean, he shaves his legs, so I mean, why not, right? And he's not a swimmer, so
nope.
But yeah, just something to mix it up, man, to keep it different. That's what keeps people coming back. We get new people every week, and every week I get another person that goes, "What the fuck are you guys doing? And what kind of show is this?" And that's the great part, because I tell everybody. I think it was actually Stubbs. He had me on his podcast, a couple of months ago. And, a lot of people play personas on social media. And I put up posts about it, trying to poke some of these fuckers on occasion. You're not a wrestler, okay? You're not a rock star. Be yourself. And see, as far as Wilmy Hood goes, this is me. During the day, I'm the business guy and all that shit. I have to keep a straight face and deal with all this other stuff. Wilmy Hood is the real me. So doing all this, I get to act like I normally would out in public. So that's the best part of it. There's nothing fake about anybody on our show, actually. So, and
that's good.
Most people can sense a fake, because I can name you a list right now really fast of at least 10.
I would say pretty hefty list, I'm sure.
Yeah, maybe more than that. And I think Dutch froze. He is in that same pose. You guys see that, or is it just on my screen?
Yeah. He's frozen. He's turned into a statue. Medusa's in his office.
Frozen.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
He's out.
He's gone.
We lost the host. All right. Time to party.
After party. Oh yeah.
I
Let's
knew
go.
something was wrong, man, because I kept seeing his face just never. He didn't move. He didn't blink.
Yeah.
It's the facelift. That's what it was. It's just frozen.
All right. I don't know. I was gonna. Is he able to come back in?
Yeah,
He should be able to. Yeah, he should be able to click his own link.
Yeah. All you gotta do is click the link and it'll let you back in.
It's his own show.
Yeah.
Where's he gone?
Dutch.
Oh, well, I guess we're probably having to get another beer.
Another one. Jesus Christ.
Like he needed an excuse.
Yeah, exactly. Dan,
Opportunity
you're
presented
quick.
itself.
Is your fridge just right out of view or what, dude? Damn.
Yeah, it's literally like 5 feet from me.
Oh, okay. That
Mini
explains.
fridge.
I wouldn't even go out my chair. I would have just pushed it along.
I
Grabbed
gotta
it.
get something to
pulled
drink
it
too,
back.
man.
Dan said it must be cold in Dutch's house.
Oh, you know what? A minute ago, you were talking about people asking you what the fuck the show is sometimes. That happened to like I don't know if it was our like second or third episode of Fireside.
He's back.
Like the guy typed in the chat, he's like, "What in the hell am I watching?" It's like, "What the fuck is this? This isn't news." He's like,
Oh,
"I'm not coming back." I was like, "All right, bye."
Good.
I'm back. I have no idea what happened. That like it literally network connection dropped off. So I'm sitting on mobile data here now for some reason. I've got no idea. I don't have time to be jumping, fiddling around with Wi-Fi settings and shit.
Well, I
So-
knew
Throws
something
in a
happened.
perfect pose. So.
Your face just kept, one direction. Your eyes didn't move, and I was like, "Guys, I think he's frozen."
Yeah, I'm back once again. Dear me. So what have I missed? What's happened?
I got
Nothing
a
really.
beer. I had to get a
Yeah,
refill.
Huss went to go get a beer. Shomberlon, he was throwing
He
some
went to get
weird
a drink.
porn up on the screen. So you're probably gonna get demonetized now.
Yep.
I haven't even reached the monetization
And what was
yet.
that shit? What was that stuff with Meryl Streep and the horse, dude? I'd never seen that one before. That was great.
It's an in-joke. Don't worry. It's an in-joke.
Dear me. So, one of the things I wanted to kind of touch on anyway was toxicity in the community. Now, I know all of us have seen this. Yes, Wilmy knows what I'm talking about, especially those YouTubers we don't like to speak of. But yeah, toxicity in the community. I mean, where do you think that really should start and end? We've a lot of the people we've kind of all spoken to recently. I think Wilmy's one of those that just blocks, moves on.
Oh, I do.
He's got a big ass Thor-sized block hammer, so
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
50,621 as of an hour ago.
Woo! That's a
But now,
lot of blocks.
that does include those what do you call it, promoted tweets too.
mhm.
Did you realize Charmin toilet paper has about 30 different fucking Twitter handles? I'm serious, dude. And why? What planet do you live on? You're not buying fucking toilet paper. You know what I'm saying? So how many Twitter pages do you need to sell Charmin toilet paper?
I'll never buy that toilet paper just because they always have fucking song ads about their buttholes. Like, my asshole's clean. It's fucking Charmin clean. Fuck out of here. God,
Yeah, no shit. I don't need a bear
interrupting
to
my
sell me
music.
toilet
to-
paper.
Yeah. I don't care
But yeah,
about this.
and a lot of that are promoted tweets too, and just weird people and like you said, I don't deal with toxicity. And plus, I'm at that age, dude. I don't deal well with stupidity. My patience is really short nowadays.
Yeah.
My patience is the length of Fork's penis. It's about half. So that's why I don't even deal with it, man. I don't want to deal with them. And I do get people that come into my post. I actually shared one with the guys yesterday. I posted a meme on social media, and some guy comes back, and DMs me over it. Man, that was fucked up. I said, "Did you laugh?" Yeah, but it's still fucked up. Block. Yeah, I just don't deal with it, man. And you don't have to. That's the catch. I see people say, "Well, you could just mute." No, man. If I didn't like you on Monday, I'm really gonna hate your fucking ass on Friday. I don't want to hear from you, period. If you've been a douchebag for the last month, chances of you straightening up is going to be slim to none at this point. I don't care anymore. So I don't know you personally. So, I mean, it's not like you're coming to my house on Saturday, you know, or whatever. So if I block you on social media, no big loss.
Yeah. Well, I noticed that especially they tend to try and get a little. Well, don't try. They just seem to get worse over the time as well. The more they interact with some of those intentional trolls on, you know who we're speaking about on Twitter. Yeah. The more they interact with them or start hanging around with them, the worse they get as well. And it's accounts that don't need to be like that, and then the following goes up and they get worse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they all feed off of each other, and it just escalates and turns into a full of fuckheads.
Yeah, it's like a lot of maggots in a septic tank. You know, one just spews the shit, and then all the little maggots just eat it up. Mm-hmm. And it's like, really, don't you have anything better to do? Because I'm here to tell you, man, some of these dudes wake up at 7 a.m. Of course, in their mom's basement, of course. You know, they wake up at 7 a.m. They go, they brush their teeth, and they go, okay, I'm gonna have me a bowl of Fruity Pebbles, and I'm gonna sit down. And I'm gonna own these Xbox motherfuckers right now on Twitter. And they start pulling up Twitter. And go, PlayStation is better. Because trust me, bro. That's the whole thing, man. And it's like, you gotta have a life outside of this shit, and they don't. For it. They live and breathe it, and it's just like. I don't get it. And I even had one come at me, and I think, Dutch, you know who I'm talking about. Before he started sending dick pics to everybody on the internet.
Oh, God, yeah.
He came at me one morning for no reason. He started tagging me in post. And he goes, well, you may have more trophies on PlayStation than I do, but you're not playing valid games. What?
The fuck's a valid game?
I'm sorry, dude. I don't play fucking Madden. You know, I don't play Madden at all. I don't like football. I don't like baseball.
Did he seriously say valid games?
Yeah. And I was like, okay, so let's talk about, you know, Steam. Let's talk about Xbox. Let's talk about some of the games you actually have. Well, you don't play the same type of games I do, so you're not valid.
What is a valid game?
Yeah.
Well, to him, we all know now it was sending dick pics to underage people on social media.
I was gonna say, it sounds like he's playing valid games. Games that most people wouldn't really want to be seen.
Yeah, and you know, he did have Leisure Suit Larry, I'm pretty sure. But
that's a blast from the past. That one, I remember them.
He came at me for no reason. I had never talked to this guy ever, not once. I had never spoken to him. Nothing, never interacted with him. He just started tagging me in posts one morning. And it didn't turn out the way he thought. Because I can't have a really shitty attitude if I want to have it. So it just didn't turn out his way, and he blocked me within 15 minutes. So
surprised he lasted that long.
Yeah, I was too, actually.
But very, very surprised. But he and then everybody, it was just weird seeing everybody try to stick up for him as well. It was just so fucked up. It was like he's being caught with literally with his pants down.
Literally. But then I think they let him go for lack of evidence, right?
I don't understand how that could be possible.
I was going to say, literally evidence on an underage computer.
But the poor guy, man. I mean, some of these dudes, I don't get it. And it's a box. That's all it is. And it's like I was on a podcast with another dude, and he started in on me, and I'm like, "Do you make money from PlayStation?" No. Then why the fuck do you care?
Yeah. Why are you marketing for him? Why are you fighting so hard for a fucking? That's called being a corporate shill. That's what it is.
You know, and I don't care. I mean, look, I'm an Xbox guy, but I don't care how many Xboxes fill sales. That doesn't affect me.
Nope.
At all. But now I did go buy stock in GameStop a couple of weeks ago. So you know, I am watching GameStop. But I don't care, you know, how many Xboxes they sell. I don't care how many PlayStations they sell. I don't get a check from them at all. And the day that, PlayStation or Phil, if you're listening, if you want to send me, a contract, we'll dress Fork up in, an Xbox cheerleader's outfit and Bomber too. And hell,
Everybody.
I may even wear one. I'll dye my hair green and I'll get some little pom-poms and that'll be our entire podcast. If that happens, I don't care.
No, dude, people would eat that shit. Could you imagine?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh,
That's the sad
God.
part.
Oh, that'd be so fucking funny. The internet would light on fire just from our little show.
Yeah,
It would be everywhere.
But that's the thing, man. They just get so carried away. It almost becomes like their personality at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That's their whole life.
Fuckhole in these plastic boxes. Maybe they would spend less time online, like on Twitter, and they'd be playing and fucking their boxes, blowing on their controllers and stuff.
Like last night I was on RDX, and it's funny to watch dealers chat because I'm here to tell you, I think about 30% of his chat are trolls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They go there just to troll his chat.
Well, the funny thing about that is that it goes by so fast you don't even get to read it unless you stop it from moving. Like I always hide it because there's literally thousands of people and the shit's gone by before it can even be read. So it's wasted energy on their part in my mind. So I don't even I can't pay attention to it anymore. I do it in a theater mode so that it just gets it off my screen.
I noticed that on the Iron Lords as well, though, the other day. Like on the Iron Lords, when I was on Sunday, there was one guy, and every time King David mentioned PlayStation 5, he was like, "You're talking shit."
Yeah,
talking shit.
They got like, I think there's like 3 or 4 dudes that are always in their chat every Sunday.
Yeah,
every Sunday, and King just he owns them every week, and it's just like they love the punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, some kind of weird fetish or something. Who knows?
Yeah, I think they just like King, whipping their ass or something. I don't know why they do it, man. They just keep coming back. It's like, dude, things have not changed. So, just deal with it. Move on. Be happy with your life. Go play a game or something. Go play with yourself. I mean, play with something. Just get out of the chat, man. Get a life.
Yeah, it's mad.
It amazes me every day because it gets worse.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to
get worse and worse and worse.
Yeah, that's the sad part.
Which the problem is, it's not just the gaming community. It seems to be people in general on Twitter, whether it be politics, gaming, whatever.
Yeah.
There just seems to be an inability from people to understand the difference or be able to know the nuances between banter and toxicity. They think toxicity is the same as banter, and they just think you're bantering, you're having a bit of a laugh with your mates, or King David, he's a perfect example because he can be as toxic as he feels like, but he can also banter really, really well. He can have a laugh with you. Like they've got that one guy, Sony fan on Iron Lords, that's always in the chat, and I think there's more of a banter between those two. Even though he's hardcore Sony, they play off each other a bit. I can't remember his name.
He would have been blocked or banned if it was an actual issue, obviously. It's an understanding. Like you said, it's a banter. That's exactly what it is.
Keep it funny.
Because actually, that same guy goes into a lot of Xbox podcasts just to do the same thing.
Yeah. But it's just it's something that really, really irritated me last week was the treatment of John Linneman. That was like that enraged me, and I don't normally get that annoyed. Simply because it's kind of like I don't get these people. He said numerous times that he struggles with anxiety, depression, mental illness, and people come back and going, well, you're just weak. Twitter isn't for you. Log off. And it's just like that. That doesn't solve anything. His whole job is that he has to be online. He has to be on Twitter. He has to promote his company's things over and over again. And if you're being a complete dick to him all the time, then how is he supposed to do his job? And I don't think this whole just log out. A log out is a timeout for me. If I'm getting like annoyed at something, whether it be on Twitter, Facebook, or something else, I'll log out and I'll come back when I've calmed down. But if you're someone who's just being a complete dick to him over and over again, you're still there when he comes back. That's not on him, and you can't gatekeep Twitter and just say that this, well, it's your problem. He said, no, you're the problem. You're the toxic asshole that needs to flip and just take a seat. And yeah, just this whole kind of grow a thicker skin. It really doesn't fly with me. It gets me. You can probably tell it gets me so angry because I've struggled with anxiety and depression, things like that in the past, and it's horrible.
Well, it's horseshit, and then social media makes it worse. Like for someone that already has issues here and there, with depression or anxiety, or you know, I've had more anxiety attacks in the last couple years of my life than I had my whole life. I didn't even know I had an anxiety issue. Social media can amplify that tenfold.
Yeah, definitely.
So these fucking people saying grow a thicker skin or blah blah blah. No, the solution is to remove. The only thing you can do is like what Wilmy does, and what I've started doing more and more. They will just get added to a block list. Like,
I think
muted or something.
I think John's going to go down that route now.
Well, that's what I like. That's what we like watching them last week. I think it was when we were on the show, and we just that's when it started,
live, wasn't it? Yeah.
And we're just seeing them. They just went, "Oh, fuck off," and just started blocking people. I was like, "Good."
Yeah.
I'm glad you're just telling people to fuck off.
The funny part, some of us that shit doesn't bother, like King and myself. I think it doesn't faze me.
Yeah.
You know, I've been through shit in my life, dude. If you think calling me a fanboy on Twitter is going to ruin my day, you are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's all there is to it. It's not going to happen. You know, I've done shit in my lifetime that most people couldn't imagine having to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, you're not going to bother me with social media. I just don't want to give you the time of day.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I've said before. On the internet, you can reinvent yourself into anything you want. You could be a flying fairy for all I care, a toxic piece of shit. And that says more about you than anything else that you put out there. Because you could be anything. You could be a complete hardcore PlayStation guy, and be completely positive. There's quite a few, well, let's say quite a few. There is loads of positive PlayStation guys out there, whether it be on Twitter, YouTube, you know, that I listen to. But most of them just descend into toxicity because it's what people want to hear.
Yeah.
You know, it's where the numbers are. We've got the list of who we know we shall not mention, and most of them are in that position because they're after likes, they're after clicks, and they're after views, they're after money. That's what it comes down to.
Discussions are getting becoming a dying breed of communication.
Oh yeah,
discussions are turning like it's almost instantaneous. You trigger the wrong person with the wrong statement, the wrong post, and it's all downhill, and it just turns green.
Well, that's one of the, you know what the funny, the worst thing was, obviously myself, obviously our channel, Wilmy, your channel, we both do giveaways. We don't do giveaways for anything other than obviously people that support us. And one of the worst ones exactly, appreciation for what we say. Now, the worst one that came off the back of John's post was one of them, obviously the leader of them all. We know who it is.
Slabhead.
Yeah. Posting like a picture of John standing there and just saying that, oh, here's a free Xbox Series X giveaway, and then showing like everybody going over to him. I was like, what? Really? You're just going to win people over by just throwing giveaways around? Like, that doesn't say anything. That's not showing anything. It's just trying to throw money at a problem. Like we don't do that. Of course, you know that. Obviously, I've learned my lesson as well from trying to just do regular giveaways for people, for any of my followers on Twitter. I don't do giveaways on Twitter now because it's just full of people that just don't appreciate.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous, and just literally follow you just for that. Now, obviously, doing it to anybody who supports on here, it's a lot better because we give away to people that are active within the community and actually produce something that's beneficial. Make sure that the community is good, going well, having fun. I like the way that you're doing the giveaway for the RTX 3080. Obviously, having codes here and there, and they have to kind of keep the codes and keep following the codes and things like that.
Yep, they have to keep track of the numbers that we throw out each show. That way we know they're actually paying attention.
Yeah, the people that are actually part of the community and positive in that sense. And it's not like they support us, yes, but they're also there and they're supporting other people that are in the community.
See, the thing is, I mean,
a dick.
You know how much those graphics cards cost? That's almost $3,000 that I'm giving away.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure you're in the podcast, you're listening, you're paying attention.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, that's the one thing we like to do as well. Is again, like I say, and it's probably off the bat. We tried it a few weeks back and noticed it was the best way to do it was to reward those that are paying attention and getting active in the chat, not just trolls, because we leave it down to the moderators to kind of choose the winners. But those that are deserving actually have a positive impact on the chat and really jump in and put some positive notes towards it and have fun, and just instead of troll shite, it's nothing worse than that. Like I say, I was actually expecting a real big kick. I put on a post earlier on this morning just saying that I've decided to cancel my PlayStation 5. And I was expecting, I shouldn't have to expect it because it's a personal choice.
You were expecting it to blow up negatively,
I was
right?
fully expecting it to just go wild.
When I saw it, I was like,
Yeah, I saw it.
I was like, oh no, delete it.
Well, the surprises on them, I've got 5 pre-ordered.
Yeah.
5?
5.
Okay.
Just for every room in the house, including the toilet. And
three of them will stay at my house. I did a giveaway a couple of months ago to the person that was our 10,000 subscriber. We gave away a PS5 and an Xbox Series X. So one of those will be sent to the winner, and the other one's going to my son-in-law.
Okay.
So,
very nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. I think what I'm going to be doing to try and do something similar to that next, potentially around. Depends on the availability of them now, because obviously it depends on how many you manage to get in pre-order. But I'll be doing that probably at the beginning of next year, seeing potentially a custom giveaway. But that'll be for kind of reaching over that 1,000 subscriber mark or whatnot. And really going to someone deserving, because again, I probably have to ask you kind of a few pointers onto what's the best way to give away something as big as that, because I don't want to just give it to anybody.
Oh, we can help you
build up. You'll want to build up to it too. Like Wilmy was talking about earlier with the numbers we put in nearly all of our videos, like that ensures that you're actually reaching the part of the community that is truly here and part of the channel and everything you do.
Yeah.
So something like that, let it build up over a little bit of time. Plus, the availability is going to be shit through the holiday into probably
definitely
January, February. So you'll have plenty of time to set something up. But hell yeah, we'd absolutely help you set.
That's why we did it that way, because Fork and I went back and forth trying to figure out a way to do it, and so we nailed it, came down with that idea, and we're like, yep, it's working. So
I think that's the best way to do it as well. I like it how they have to kind of tune in every episode. And not only that, but the codes are just given away at random points. It could be near the beginning, it could be in the middle, it could be near the end. Mm-hmm. Those who really want to win that will pay attention.
Yeah.
And the ones that watch all of it anyway are going to get them regardless. So,
and you don't have to watch it on YouTube. You can listen to us on, Apple Podcasts, Google. I mean, there's several different places you can listen to the show. So that's all you got to do is listen for those 3 numbers.
Yep.
So how is it then do you near the end, how do you whittle down the winners? Is it just the first person to give you all the codes, or?
Yeah. Whoever has the most codes has the most points. And as of right now, I know who's getting one of them.
Oh.
So, yeah, he has listened to every single code given out.
That's awesome.
See, I don't think it's right that you're giving one to Bomber. I just don't understand.
I don't think Bomber's PC can handle one of those cards. His PC died on him the other day playing Among Us.
Really?
Yeah. So, but
that game is
I know one person that will be getting one already, and he is not in the US. He's not in the UK, so it will be definitely interesting to get this thing to him. So
you'll figure it out, though.
We will figure it out one way or the other.
Yeah,
So,
definitely.
but he has every single code since we started this. All of them.
All of them.
That is damn impressive.
He is dedicated, and he is determined to win one of those cards. So he will get one of the 3080s.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. That would be again if he's paid attention and put in the graft and listened and been there for every show. There's no wonder
he deserves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
And he is way in the lead of it, ahead of everybody else. Then I had somebody message me about a week ago, says, "Well, I only listen tonight. Can I get the other codes from you?" That's not how this works.
Go back and listen to the others. Go back.
Yeah, you have to go back and listen to it, man. We're not going to give you the numbers. That defeats the purpose.
Just give me the card. That's it.
Yeah.
You should have replied with the gif of Ryan Reynolds on the airplane. Just
Oh yeah, but I don't know, man. People, it's funny when you do giveaways. So, and the funny part, you mentioned that there's a guy that he was messaging me constantly, and I know Huss knows who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name. He was constantly messaging me, messaging Fork. Man, I need money for this. I need money for that. Oh my God. And I caved in a few times and I sent him stuff, his car broke down or something. I sent him the money to get his car fixed, all kinds of crazy shit. But then one afternoon, a few months ago, we actually caught this guy. He would hit one of us up asking for money. And then an hour later, he'd be on social media saying, "Oh, I'm giving away these Xbox codes this evening." Okay, yeah, well, that's not going to happen again.
yeah.
So, and then he would give his little codes away, and then he would be on social media a couple hours later asking for money all over again.
Yeah.
So,
But see, here's another thing. He
Go
wouldn't
on.
be doing it if people wouldn't be reciprocating. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's obviously getting some kind of return on it. You know what I mean? Like, it's working enough of the time to justify his continuation of doing it. Does that make sense? He's being enabled by someone or some people in the community. So, I don't know. I guess if it's working, like, I don't know. It's ridiculous, but he's getting to some people, obviously.
And then after I found out what he was doing, I blocked him. I'm like, yeah, we're done. So then he started messaging Fork. Well, then Fork blocked him. So then he messaged Bomber. He goes, "Hey, why'd Wilmy and Fork block me?" Bomber's like, "I don't fucking know. Don't care, block." So then I think he went to Leo. So I mean, he just went down the line, man. He was determined. Yeah, I think he went to Cloud after that. So, but yeah, it was just it was crazy, man. He would hit one of us up, say, "Well, my kids are really hungry." Well, are you feeding them Xbox codes? I mean, so it's weird, man. People in the community, you just really have to.
Drugs are bad.
Yeah. So you
at
have to be careful.
at least with giveaways, like I say, when we do them in chat, you can see the appreciation straight away there, and it's obviously everyone's saying congratulations. They're saying thank you. That's all you need. It's just like a little thank you. A little thank you goes a long way. But when I've done giveaways on Twitter before, sometimes you're like, "Here you go. There's the code," and then that's it. Nothing.
Yeah. Unfollow.
Thanks, I'm out.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks. And then the funny part, I had one guy. He
another beer.
I think the craziest one I did. I don't even remember who had mentioned the guy to me. His son had some type of medical issue. I want to say he had leukemia, and leukemia is nothing to mess with when you're an adult. You definitely don't want it as a child.
Yeah.
Well, I sent this guy the money to get his son a Switch and several games. And it was weird because at first he would send me videos of his son playing that Switch. Right? That happened for like 3 or 4 days. He's like, "Oh, thank you. My son's enjoying this." And he just vanished. I never saw anything from him again, ever. And, I kind of lost track of it, didn't think anything else about it for a while. And then somebody sent me a message one afternoon on Twitter, goes, "Oh, by the way, here's homeboy with the Switch." And he had it up on Twitter trying to sell it to somebody.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's below.
And apparently I don't know what happened. I didn't even want to get involved with it at that point. I was just like, maybe he's got his reasons. I don't know, but whatever.
That's really wrong. Using your kids for something like that. Oh man.
People will though. That's the sad part.
Yeah. And then the
If we
the
speak of
harder thing is
of toxic community, that's really something that should.
it's
That
super hard to
that
find
would
out
really
why.
get me angry.
'Cause it's
It
like,
does.
why did he just kind of fall off? He's got a lot going on in the background. It's like, and then maybe, I mean, obviously, maybe he needed the money. It's really hard to judge a situation with, especially.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, maybe
It's
something
rough.
happened. He really needed that money, but he had blocked me actually.
Oh, he blocked.
Really?
Yeah, he blocked me.
What?
What the fuck? No,
So-
that's fishy. That's suspect.
Yeah, you had to say it, didn't you? But
It
yeah, it
makes
was,
you wonder
at least
if
I
the
didn't
situation was
abbreviate
really
it.
yes or no.
yeah, it was a little odd, that he blocked
Yeah.
me, and I didn't even realize I was blocked. Because when this
But yeah,
person sent the link to his post, I tried to click on it. And it said, "You're not allowed. You can't, view this guy's post." I was like,
It is what Husk says though. If he has a situation and there's a valid reason why he would try and sell it because of his kid or whatever, but if he blocks you, then you might just stop thinking,
Yeah.
is it real yes or no?
Yeah, because at first, I was trying to get the benefit of a doubt. I'm like, maybe something happened. He needed the money for, medical reasons. And you never know. But then when I found out I was blocked, then it was all different.
The thing that's it's a little bit more difficult to believe, though, and this is mainly down to kind of US healthcare as well. Unless he's got health insurance over there, which he may or may not have, the cost of healthcare in the US, especially for treatments, is through the roof.
Yeah.
So the price of a Nintendo Switch is not going to cover even going to
Dude,
see the doctor.
And then the price of a Switch is not even going to cover one fucking Tylenol.
Nope.
I'm still blown away that that's still not something as a standard thing in the whole world. Actually, I think we're really here in Europe. It feels so as a default value that we have all those benefits here. It's really strange to me just to think that you get a bill from if you go to the hospital. Okay, of course we get a bill as well, but it's nothing like how it is in the US.
Yeah. Well, I think my cousin lived in Florida for a number of years, and their monthly family, and it was 2 adults, two children. The monthly family health insurance costs were like $1,500 a month, I think.
Oh yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
To put that in perspective, my wife has severe RA, which is rheumatoid arthritis, and she has it really bad. She takes one medication. Well, she's on like 20 some different medications altogether. Yeah. But she has one that's fairly new. It's called Rinvoq. And you've probably seen a commercial. Everybody's running around laughing and smiling, in the commercial. But they put her on Rinvoq like 3 months ago. Now, the irony is I'm a veteran, so my insurance pays for everything.
Yeah.
So I got lucky. I was in that era where I have health insurance until they bury me, right? But do you know that medication she takes for a 30-day supply is almost $4,000?
Wow.
Shit.
Damn.
Good
It is.
Lord.
It is $3,800 and some dollars per month.
Jeez.
Okay.
That's insane. Absolutely
And
insane.
That's one medication.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then you've got the rest. Then you've got whatever doctor's visit you might have, and then hospital appointments.
You could always say if you have a healthy life, it's worth it, but it's not sustainable. I mean, how do you do that?
Yeah, and see, like me, I've got asthma. This stupid little thing here is like $300.
What?
Yeah.
Christ.
What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Now,
nothing
all
special. It's not gold plated or anything like that, right? There's no
Yeah.
gold on it, nothing like that. It doesn't even play video games, so I'm kind of pissed.
But it can help you play video games.
I found one thing I can't run Doom on. But yeah, man, it's crazy.
Man, that's insane.
Not yet, anyway. You can't play it on it yet. They'll find a way. Skyrim will be on there soon. Don't worry.
Yeah, but it will be on PlayStation.
But yeah, it's crazy, man. And you know, some people, I've even gotten messages like that though too. You know, people that I had one guy, and God, I don't even remember his name now. He was claiming he had cancer and he needed money to, you know, pay his medical bills. And I'm sitting back going, dude, I don't even know you. You know, and I'm like, I'm sorry you have cancer, but you know, that's really not, that goes above and beyond. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like Broya was saying, it's just absolutely insane that it's not commonplace across the board. And obviously the health insurance for all was trying to be a thing, and obviously politics over there is just messy at the best of times.
Yeah.
I don't even get involved.
Nope.
That's an understatement.
I look at it this way. I'm 47. I may have another 20 years. By that time, I'll be in the ground. I won't care.
I don't want to get into that, but I don't want to get into the politics over there. But when I'm looking at it from over here, it's just it's a circus.
Well, and the funny thing is too, and most people don't realize it. What you guys see there and what we see here are two different things. And the same thing works with the UK. You know, all these news stations do that shit because sometimes they show us some crazy shit that goes on over there.
Yep.
And, you know, it's all about perspective and where you actually live. That's the sad part. And they're like the real gaming media, honestly. Gaming media takes their cues from the news media. Anything to make a headline. So I don't even watch the news, dude. I think it's been like 50 years since I watched the news.
It's, to be fair, I mean, like you say, that just show they show whatever happens to be the kind of main point at that time, or whatever the main thing is. They don't see all of it. We don't see all of the campaigns. We just see what Trump's doing next. He doesn't help himself on Twitter, though. He certainly doesn't help himself on Twitter.
Well, and it's even local, you know. In our local government, dude, it's not much better. You know, they're all accusing each other of doing something. You know, so it's I don't know. Like I said, I don't even watch the news.
The one thing I'll never get used to over in America, though, and the few times I've been over, is watching those cheesy political commercials from all of the different.
Oh God.
There's nothing worse. It's just like, I don't understand. It must have cost them about $100 to record it on like a flip phone.
Oh man, and you can't get away from them either.
Nope.
That's bad. They're everywhere. Did you know that WandrinDutch, he breathed yesterday around 3:00? You shouldn't vote for him. You know, vote for Shomberlon. He doesn't breathe. I mean, it's stupid, dude. It's the craziest shit ever. And that's, I don't know, a lot of these fanboys actually kind of remind me of it.
Yeah.
It's strange, man. It happens here locally, too. That's the sad part. So, especially here in North Carolina right now, it's kind of crazy. So
I can only imagine. We'll slightly go back into the video game territory.
All right. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. Apparently this part of this show is about video games.
I'll say that at least once a week.
Yeah, at least. But Wilmy, one of the kind of main things we do want to talk about, you touched on it before we even started the show tonight. It's you just want to get next gen started. You just want to play new games. So what is if even though I know you're getting pretty much everything on launch, what is the main game that you're looking forward to on each console? What is the kind of key one?
Well, I really wanted the Medium to be on launch, but that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So probably Valhalla on the Xbox. I do have Dirt pre-ordered. I do have oh God, Legion pre-ordered, so I will play those. I don't really play a lot of back compat games. I really don't. I'm one of those people, man. I don't do nostalgia very well because if I've already played it, chances are I'm probably not going to go back. Like they're touting Gears having 120 frames
+1.
Don't care. Yeah,
121.
yeah. I don't really care anymore because I've already played it. Gears isn't the same Gears it was when they made 1, 2, and 3. So when they started giving us robots to shoot and took out the real bad guys, I lost interest. So and on the PlayStation, I don't know, man. Bug Snacks or Volcano High. No, I'm just kidding.
I forgot about Volcano High. Jesus Christ, what was I thinking there?
I don't know. I've already played Demon Souls, years ago on the PS3. And dude, as you get older, your gaming taste changes. You don't want to play the same games you played, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have the patience for Demon Souls again. So I don't know. And I've already done everything I can do in Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, I'm one trophy from getting the plat. I got tired of looking for those damn foxholes. So I don't know. I've got the PS5s pre-ordered, which, speaking of that, Dutch, I got an email from Best Buy earlier.
Yeah.
My extra controllers, my headset and everything will be available to pick up October the 30th.
What?
Yeah.
Like a week and a half beforehand.
Yeah, actually almost 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm looking at it now. My PS5 controller, my headset, which it's funny now, the headset said can now be used for PS4 or PS5.
Okay.
Matter of fact, in case nobody wants to believe it, I will show you here on the screen. Give me just a second. I'll pull it up. Yeah, because remember they were touting this headset was only for PS5.
Next, I'm fully expecting the next. Is it a case of they're going to be saying that the dual sense is going to be? Let's have a look. I'll zoom in. We'll get you full screen. There we go. Oh yeah, compatible with both PlayStation 4 and 5. What?
What the heck?
Yeah. And now remember that was only for the PS5.
Yeah.
But
I'm fully expecting the DualSense then. Does the DualSense not change? Does that just say 5 as well?
It's still saying 5. So we'll see. But it's funny, the console comes out on the 12th, but now all the accessories can be picked up next Friday.
See, if it'll be even funnier though if they released it next Friday in the UK and then they'd have to wait yet. I think it's 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks for the console to come out. Imagine sitting there with a DualSense for like a month before you got the console. Like,
Torture.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what I'm going to play on it yet, to be honest. Godfall doesn't really interest me that much. It looks like a watered down version of Borderlands. I don't know. It doesn't interest me. Probably I'll go for Ratchet and Clank when it releases. But that's really about the only thing I'm looking forward to as of this moment.
See, that was my problem with it, and why one of the reasons I kind of chose to just put back getting the PlayStation was because there was literally the only game that I thought that was anything near interesting that I wanted to play was Godfall. And even then, it was kind of because it was the only one that looked half interesting that I liked. I don't like Demon Souls. I don't like Spider-Man. I'm not going to get Bug Snacks. Destruction All-Stars. I don't know who that's for.
I don't know. But
just go get a bag of shrooms and run around your backyard.
Remember Sunday? Sunday when you were on the Iron Lords, there was that one guy kept pumping up that Destruction game in the chat. I'm like, oh my god, dude, really?
Yeah, I seen that.
He's making this out like it's some AAA blockbuster game.
Yeah,
so it was just funny.
Oh god, it was.
And no, I saw the game. It does not interest me at all.
No. That was my problem. It was a case of, right, okay, so I'll be forking out the best part of £500 on a console and a game that I'm not really that bothered about playing. It's like, so I'd just be sitting there having the console for the sake of having the console. Like, I'm primarily Xbox, like you will be. So to me, it sounded like I was just taking someone else's pre-order. That's how I felt. It was somebody that actually primarily plays on PlayStation, potentially didn't have the opportunity to play that before launch. So I thought, what's the point? Someone else can have it, and I'll
wait until the availability is better.
Yeah.
Well, Has said it a minute ago. They wanted me to have a couple of weeks to blow on the controller first.
Makes sense. Just replace it with your inhaler.
I don't think I will blow on the controller, but I mean, you know, I've got several PlayStation controllers around me now, so
Weird.
Yeah.
But
when I blow on them, nothing happens. It's weird.
It didn't help though that after Keith Lee did that silly blow on the controller thing, that then the Japanese YouTubers was just going absolutely crazy with the controllers.
Dude, that was the cringiest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Oh,
and that says something coming from me. So yeah,
I was watching, like, it didn't, like, no matter which Japanese stream you tuned into when they were showing off the gameplay, it was all the same. Like, they were all just so cringe. I was like, oh, what is going on?
Yeah, maybe that's how they plan to keep it cool. I don't know. It's weird, man. I don't. I'm a grown ass dude, man. I'm not going to sit down with my friends and go, "Hey, let's do some couch co-op."
Pretty soon you'll be able to blow on your controller and control the fucking big ass windmill fan in that thing and cool your console off. Heat up.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Well, the PlayStation said they had an update there that they had dynamic cooling. So perhaps you have to blow your controller and the fan on your console will go harder. There we go.
It gets the liquid metal to move. But it was, man, I watched that video and I was like, what in the fuck is this guy doing? Number one, he looked like Austin Powers. And oh my god,
Elton John,
Japanese version.
Elton John had a love child, and he's sitting there blowing this controller. I'm like, this motherfucker has never been laid. You can tell this by watching the video. And if he ever has, it's not going to happen again anytime soon.
Fucking rock, man, blowing on a controller.
Yeah, it creeped me out, and he was all excited about it too. You know, he started going. I mean, it was so cringy. It's one of those things you're watching, and you're like, are people hyping this up now?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Like, and they're really going for it as well. They're like, oh, look at all these brand new features. I'm like, if you honestly think that's nothing but a gimmick, you need to reevaluate yourself. Like, blowing on a controller. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I can't think of a bigger gimmick in my whole life than that.
But that's genius.
Yeah, I mean, and during a pandemic, isn't that the best part?
Yeah. I know, yeah. Blowing on a controller.
Nobody in my house tested
controller.
Nobody tested positive for COVID until that goddamn PS5 came into the house. You know, I mean, it's just
new software update. You blow your controller, you get your result.
Nobody is going to ask to borrow your controllers.
It's the dual pathogen controllers.
Yeah.
That's it. That's a new vaccine.
Yeah. Maybe that's hey, you may be on something, Dutch. Maybe that's how they're going to, administer the vaccine without anybody knowing. For the people that don't want the vaccine, they're going to put it in the PS5 controllers.
Just automatically distribution. That's it.
Yeah. Maybe at some point, they'll have this. It's going to be implemented into the games, right? What if you want to play a racing game and you blow into the controller and the game determines you're drunk and it won't let you drive on the screen?
Turn it into a breathalyzer, at least.
Yeah, why not, right?
Never be able to play a game again. Oh, it's just like, nope.
I'll just walk downstairs and have my girlfriend blow my controller and haul ass back up.
Yeah, host will never play a PS5 game.
Yeah, nope. Shafted.
But you'll see these being handed out to police officers next year. That's going to be their new DUI tester. Blow into my controller, sir. And in the meantime, he'll have a little display in the back of the police car, and he'll be sitting there going, "Ooh, ooh, ooh," playing Astro. I don't know, man. It's 2020, and this is the best fucking thing you can come out with is the fact that you can blow on a controller. You know,
it's just.
Pretty sure
I just don't understand the thinking behind it. Like, we've seen Nintendo do all of these things countless times over the years, and there's only been one or two that's actually stuck with them, and the rest have just fallen by the wayside. I don't understand why they would then put it back into something. It's only going to come into use in games like Astrobot.
Yeah, that's going to be the only game that ever uses that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you. The first time I play a shooter and my gun jams on the game and my triggers don't work on that controller, that bitch is going in the trash. That's
really?
it.
Really?
That thing will go in the trash. Because I heard that mentioned, you know, if your gun jams or whatever in a video game, the trigger won't allow you to fire.
Yeah, it blocks it off.
Yeah. Screw that. That controller's done at that point.
I'm going to say, what happens when that feature jams and can't be corrected, and then you're just fucked and your trigger never works again?
Yeah, because they're not really motors either. They've it's motors attached to circuitry, like physical circuitry. It's not like your standard DualShock either. So if that goes wrong on a technical level, on a technical level, if that breaks, that's it.
That's it.
$70
controller.
Yep.
And I don't understand it. And it is and the funny part, the UI, which I'm sure you plan on talking about at some point during this podcast, we can get sidetracked. Just kind of went away.
Yep.
I actually said this last night on RDX. I cannot wait to jump in with all the forking crew. We're going to sit there and play the UI multiplayer for at least a couple hours.
Oh God, yeah.
Got that 4K.
Yeah,
DR.
you know that amazing 4K.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know about all you guys, man, but I do. I sit and stare at my UI for hours on end. I just love it. And I'm going to admire how beautiful it looks in 4K because, God damn it, we all know nothing else is going to run on 4K on that bitch. It's not natively.
There's so many pretty tabs to look at.
Yeah, I mean, you can pull up those little cards, and they've got Snap. Where have I heard of Snap before? Oh, yeah, 2013, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Wasn't it on Xbox One when they released? I do believe it was.
Yep.
And they got away. They pulled it because it took up too many system resources. So
apparently it won't affect the resources at all.
No, there's plenty of space on this.
Well,
on the SSD left.
You blow on your controller, you download some extra RAM, and boom, you're golden.
Well, see, I think maybe that's how you're compressing files, right, Husk? You blow into the controller to compress the game installs. Yeah. See, you guys just haven't decoded this shit yet. You got to figure out the way Jim Ryan's saying it.
The harder you blow, the faster it downloads, right? Probably.
Exactly.
Push it along.
You have a bad internet connection, don't worry. As long as you got plenty of wind, you're good.
I'm going to be playing it outside, just in a storm. Oh, I'm good to go.
I'll keep that in mind next hurricane we get.
I can picture a compilation of people passing out.
I just had this
people with asthma.
I just had this really weird thing in my head of Fork and Bomber for some reason. And Bomber saying, "Keep blowing, Fork. We're trying to download today."
The stream's dropping frames. Blow on your controller. Yeah, I can see that being a thing.
Oh God!
I've got this baby working here.
There you go.
They just put it in front.
Blow it! Come on!
Get the download speed up.
Oh my God!
But
forget Wi-Fi 6.
The funniest part of that UI they're touting, and the funny thing is too, man. You know, about what was it 3 weeks ago? Nobody cared that the games weren't going to be native 4K because that didn't matter, right? But then when this announcement came out that the UI was going to be 4K and with HDR, that was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you were talking about the toxicity of people. I just think it's crazy. And
it gets worse and worse every.
Of all the things you're going to have in native 4K with HDR, why your UI?
Yep.
That is a blatant ripoff of the PS3 and the Xbox One. I mean, there's so many similarities in it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's all shit that didn't work then, but is now apparently acceptable. I guess.
Yeah.
And their little mini Kinect, is that just a webcam? Or is that literally what it is? It's like a little.
Hang on, I've got one ordered. I'll tell you.
Another thing I seen today, actually, there's another funny one for you. So the Astro A50s just automatically work with the Series X, but for the Astro A50s to work on the PS5, you need an adapter.
Yeah, I saw that. Dan was a little pissed by that.
That sounds odd. Why? What's the reasoning? No idea. Just some proprietary connection they have on their controller or the console that.
The only way they can get the A50s to work on a PS5.
That's fucking weird.
It's just so stupid, isn't it?
That's not
like
good.
There was like a couple of PlayStation people in the comments as well when because it was on Astro's own thing, like how to get your A50s to work with the PlayStation 5, and people were like, "Is this for real? Like, do I have to buy an adapter to get my headphones to work?"
When you have to make a tutorial,
it's a separate adapter.
For like one of the most popular brands of headsets, we have to make a tutorial to get it to work on a next gen console. There's fucking problems.
Oh god,
just saying.
But you have to buy a separate adapter to work on it.
Yeah.
Or do you get it when you order the headset?
No, it's
separate. Say it would be separate. Yeah.
Oh man.
Have a look at. I'm sure that the podcast it'll be on the feed somewhere down here. But no, it was. Literally them saying this is how you're going to get it to work. That's there it is. Get your questions answered from the secretary about discount program for existing Astro owners. It's an Astro HDMI adapter for PlayStation 5.
That's just fucking weird.
No,
how is that?
They really made some strange choices.
It is about $50.
What?
For an adapter?
Yeah,
that's not a problem. I mean, the headsets themselves, they are so cheap. So what's $50?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah. See, I guess it kind of makes me think about the people bitching about iPhone or Apple not including the brick, just the cable with their new iPhones. Like, dude, you just spent $1,000 on a fucking iPhone, $20 for a brick isn't shit.
I found the perfect solution back in August.
What was that?
I switched to an Android. 12 years of being on Apple. I've had enough.
There you go.
What?
£34.99, so it works out probably about $46, $47.
I'm gonna switch to Android as well, by the way. It's
too.
So that's the adapter?
That's the adapter to get the headphones to work.
Full-blown hardware.
Now, wait a minute.
It's a small adapter.
You should be able to just blow into your controller and make this bitch work, right?
Well, it's small, but it's still big.
So the biggest belief.
Yeah.
Converting whatever it needs to convert. Like, what the fuck?
But
wow.
That thing might be small, but it's an additional thing that you have to install next to your PlayStation, and it's probably going to be partially inside of wherever your console will be. It's something like the brick, the energy brick, the power brick that we had on the original Xbox One. You don't want any additional stuff hanging around your console. You just want to have a clean environment.
Well, and cable managing sucks anyway.
Yeah.
So you have to just do more of it.
And I wish everything in the world was wireless.
That ain't no shit.
Yeah, 100%. I found it up when I started getting this PC stuff back up and running again. The amount of things I was like, right, so how much is why okay, wireless is like triple the cost of wired. Okay, brilliant. Nice to know. I don't understand why that is either, to be fair. It's all just a Bluetooth connection.
Yeah. Well, actually, surround sounds. Have you ever heard of Sonos?
Yeah.
I switched everything in my home 2 years ago to Sonos. Why? Because I got tired of fucking wires.
Oh yeah.
I hate them.
Yeah.
And Sonos is amazing. They're not cheap, but they're great. And everything is wireless, and it works flawlessly. That's the best part. I have any issues with it.
Yeah. My brother-in-law also has that Sonos. And
I'm starting to get multiple of them, so it works great. It just works as you expect it will work.
Yeah.
You just click it, you say, okay, I'm gonna play here, and it's playing. And it doesn't matter which device you are using. If I'm playing it, if I'm on my laptop, I can choose which device I want to use. If I'm on my iPhone, I can choose, okay, I want to hear this song, and it works. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
And the additional speakers, the subwoofer, everything is all wireless. It's so awesome. If you get tired of looking at the subwoofer in one place, just move it somewhere else. And they have amazing sound, and it's all done wirelessly. And I wish everything else was.
Yeah. So, I know. Well, one of the key things I'm looking for, and this is, it's hard to find. One of the key things I want is a decent wireless headset. But there's so many that are kind of mixed reviews across the board. So I was looking at, again, the Rig 800s, but then I was told...
the Arctis is the best wireless headset I've ever owned for an Xbox.
The Arctis
9. I've had it for
the 9X, is it?
The 9X.
Yeah.
It links to your Xbox. It syncs to it just like your controller. And I've never had an issue out of it. My wife used mine one afternoon. She goes, "Oh, I want one of these," so I had to order her one. I mean, it's the best. It's the best headset I've used. And see, I've even got Astros for one of my Xboxes. But the thing is, I have issues with these.
Yeah,
because sometimes they'll just disconnect.
Well, I couldn't as well when I seen the price. Obviously, I was looking at the 9X and the 7X from Arctis. And then I was looking at the cost of the A50s, and the A50s are like, what, $300 or something like that?
They are now.
Yeah. What were they when you built?
When I think it was like 5-6 years ago, I bought a pair, and they were like $400. But they lasted for 6 years before they died. And then I bought these on Amazon. They actually had them on sale for like $300. So these are only about 6 months old.
Here in the Netherlands, the Astro A50 is €260.
It's not too bad. It's cheaper than over here. Cheaper than over here. Husk, what's the main game you're looking forward to when you get your Series X on? What's the first one you're going to be playing?
Honestly, probably the medium. The first thing I play with that console. I'll be playing a lot of my backlog. So anything optimized that's in Game Pass that I haven't finished, I'll like. What is it? I'm definitely gonna be getting back into Halo again.
Oh
Fucking love Halo. We're hitting 120 on that shit. I'm gonna go destroy people in SWAT. My backlog is in desperate need of attention, and with my new job,
you're telling me.
I'll actually have some time now. So but the newest game that'll be coming out will be the medium. I won't be touching that Scorn game. Maybe if it comes to Game Pass, shit looks weird as fuck. But the medium, I'd go with that.
Oh yeah. That's one of the ones that I'm looking forward to the most. Again, what Wilmy touched on before. It's just a damn shame that got pushed to the 10th of December and not on launch day.
Yeah, but still, I mean, don't throw out something broken at the same time.
Exactly.
Like Infinite, like I was so bummed out. And I honestly didn't see the huge deal in the art direction or how things looked with Infinite. Like everybody else was mad about it. I thought it looked fucking great.
Yeah.
I would have taken it in that state, but they delayed it to make it better. And I don't know. Delaying something is so much better than pushing out a pile of shit.
Yeah.
And then trying to fix it for the next 2 years, and then it's irrelevant. You know,
well, I mean, look how long now we're getting 120 frames Master Chief Collection and 4K across pretty much all of them. I think the only one that might be dynamic is 4, because they did say 4K on most. I think the only one that won't be would be 4. Because from its time, you've got to think the detail that pushed out. That was near the end of the 360 gen. That is a beautiful game.
And that game had, oh my god, its graphical fidelity for its time in its cutscenes. Good lord, still hold up. Like, so it was. Oh my, it wasn't a demanding son of a bitch at the time. That was a huge jump between 3 and 4.
Oh god, yeah. So, I can't wait to play that one. Just go all of it in 120 frames at 4K in both campaign and multiplayer. That's
hell yes, hell yes. That's another one. Gears. I'll probably go get my ass kicked by Crispy Bomb. Gears.
See, I haven't played Gears Versus with friends for so long. I think that's the only time I like to play Gears Versus, because online is just full of them wall hoppers and wall sliders.
It's madness. Like yeah, it's chaos. I don't like it either.
At least with you with friends, everyone's as shit as each other online when you play with friends, so it makes no difference.
Yeah, until you play Crispy, and then I don't know. You just hope he's on your team.
You mean much like Wilmy when we play? Forky when we play on Modern Warfare.
Yeah, sounds about accurate. I can kick his ass, so I won't say it. Catch me sober.
That's so. When is that?
Between 8 a.m. and 9 a.m.
Yeah, usually when I'm sleeping. Oh.
Yeah, mate. Bro, what's the first game you're going to be playing on Series X then?
I actually think it will be Cuisine Royale.
Yeah, from the upgrade.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I was just looking on the site, looking when it's coming, if there are more details. But yeah, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. The Falconeer.
Yes.
I think that's really a game I'm gonna be playing with my son. I've shown him a couple of game clips. I've played it at X.014. Really, that's a game that's gonna be looking stunning on the Xbox Series X. And it's something new. It's something I probably wouldn't have been playing if it wouldn't be a launch game. So I'm really looking forward to it, and especially with my son, it's some father-son bonding time. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, and Call of Duty Cold War. We'll really go into that. And from all the games that I've been playing, I think it's almost a year since I've bought a game since Game Pass. So I really don't mind now with the new gen coming up, spending some money on a game like Call of Duty to see really how the next gen will be. Yeah, and of course Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
That's my backlog game. I'm gonna see how it will look on the Xbox Series X and then post some videos and screenshots of it and just be amazed. Just throw in some fish lines and be fishing and look at the sun going down.
But just play it and it being automatically smoother without anything having to be upgraded. Just automatically smoother. That's the one thing I'm looking forward to on all the games as well. Like anything that has these frame rate caps or frame rate limits, or even the ones that are unlocked, just seeing exactly what they can do and what they can push.
It's crazy that they're able to kind of go in and remove some of them, from the software standpoint. Like go in and I don't know if they're breaking whatever code is. I don't know how the hell they're doing it.
AI.
It
must be.
It's weird. But then again, at the same time, all this shit that's on PC, you can go uncapped. So it's like, apparently there's got to be a way around it, Has to be. And they're getting so fucking similar now. It's like architecture-wise and everything.
They're PCs.
Oh, God,
absolutely. Yeah, and of course, Apex.
Yeah. Yes. definitely. I know yourself and Sean will be playing a bit of Apex as soon as you can see what's going to get changed on that. But again, automatically frame rates will be better, so it's just going to feel smoother and react better. And of course, even though we've already got a form of auto low latency, they've improved on it, so we'll see how well that improvement is as well. It's always going to be a good one.
Yep.
Pat, when you eventually sell your e-bike that you've just won and get a Series X, what's the first game you'll be playing? I know it's going to be PUBG, isn't it?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm going to play PUBG at day one if I get my Xbox.
Yeah.
But I'll definitely want to try out Valhalla, as you guys know. Already told that. But that's one of the games I'm really looking forward to. So.
Yeah, Valhalla mainly.
Yeah,
it's quite a big one for a lot of people as well, doing it. So that's one of my key ones, Valhalla. But the problem we've got as well is not only have we got kind of the medium coming out in December, we've got Cyberpunk, Valhalla, Watch Dogs.
It's so many games to try out or to see.
Not even little
how
games.
It is.
And still, it's funny.
Big.
And still, it's funny how everyone in social media is saying we have no games to play. There's
That's
so
stupid,
much to
right?
play.
If you actually play video games, then you have games to play. If you just play specific titles that are only on one box, then
you're right. We don't have Volcano High, and I'm thrilled for that idea. We don't have Bugsnax, and I'm excited for that. Although
you're going to end up getting them anyway.
I think Dutch, we're going to get together and give away about 30 copies of Volcano High. We're only going to do it to people that troll your chat. That's the way to get the game.
I don't even think we'll be able to give them away.
Somebody will hype them up, dude. Just wait.
No one will redeem the codes. They'll just be like, no thanks.
Speaking of derpy ass games, did any of you see that the game on that that leaked list for whatever event supposedly Xbox is gonna have, Miss Universe?
Oh yeah. I have to strike that off as being a fake leak straight away. By EA as well.
I would say, but apparently, like it's a game. Like it's behind the curtain. Like you go looking it up, and it's not that necessarily it's not a real game. It just made a list that didn't make sense.
Yeah,
that's a weird game to make. That's just my opinion.
Who was asking for that?
No one. Not that I'm aware of.
Only
Let's go our next gen hardware.
Only if Fort is trying to get into the game. He wants to be in the universe, and I'll vote for him. Other than that, I'm out.
Forky starring as
right. Oh,
dear me, Shom, what's your first go-to title then when you get the next gen console?
I don't know. It's probably going to be, and you'll get the fanboys kind of go, they're only getting it. They're not even getting any new games, and they're only going to play their old games. That's why buy a console for old games? It'd probably be like Red Dead or something. I want to see what that looks like. I'd like to play Valhalla, but COVID has kicked my bank account's ass this year, and I'm about 60% down wage-wise from last year. Last year from March, sorry. So that's gonna have to be on a back burner. I do fancy seeing what that's like in comparison to the Xbox One.
Yeah, like a side by side.
Yeah, from like I've got a One X, so I'd like to see what that would look like compared to the Series X. But I'll have to wait till next year, I think. But my main thing is it's Cyberpunk. That's what I'm really looking forward to. So it's waiting that extra 9 days for Cyberpunk to come out.
Yeah.
And that's probably what I'll be maining. Red Dead. I don't do anything to the Assassin's Creed Odyssey because I still need to finish that. Is there going to be an update to...
I think it just depends on what the game can handle. If the game can handle a little bit more, then it will push that. And I think it can easily, to be fair. We've seen kind of what it does automatically to games without even trying. It's pushing things kind of max frame rate, and it's not even breaking a sweat from last gen. So
I'll probably give Gears Tactic a go.
Oh god, yeah, you will enjoy that.
Well, I played it on my old laptop. At like the only way to run it was on low settings and everything. So I'll give that a go.
Yeah, in its full glory. I mean, to be fair, I've only got a 1060. Wilmy kicks my arse in terms of actual specs on. I don't know whether or not you know kind of what his computer's running, but it is just obscene. It's
a little bit.
It's a beast of a computer, but I mean, I've only got a 1060, a GTX 1060, 32 gig of RAM.
I have dual 2080 Ti's.
Yeah, so there we go. And probably about 64 gig of RAM or something ridiculous. What is it running?
Yeah, I think it's more than that, dude. I paid $6,000 some for this computer.
Ooh, that's insane.
I had it cut.
That's a beast.
Well, it weighs 94 pounds.
It's a big boy then.
Yeah. And it's sitting right here beside me. But
it didn't see they don't even break a spec. It's like I can run games like Gears Tactics on mine at like say a 1060 on full ultra settings at like 90 frames. So if that's not breaking a sweat, yours isn't. It's gonna even. it's gonna be like.
Are you doing anything?
I'm not playing. It made my PC even struggle a little. So I'm waiting to play something like that, but I haven't got one yet.
How's it? So yeah, I've seen quite a few videos as well with dual RTX 2080s, and they don't. Even when you've got duals on, it barely breaks a sweat when you've got real time ray tracing kind of pumping out.
Yeah. And we benchmarked it with everything possible.
Yeah.
I built a PC. It's a $3,000 PC, and Wilmies just makes it cry. And like I thought my computer was awesome until I started hearing about Wilmie's specs on his, and I'm like, Jesus.
Well, I posted pics. I posted pics of it the day it was delivered. I mean, people thought it was like a table brought in because it comes in a big wood. So,
are you planning on upgrading the 2080s to 3090s then? Because I know obviously that's from one top tier to another.
And that's the only one that can SLI now.
Maybe next year. I'm not doing it now.
Yeah, it's no massive rush until something really pushes the boat.
Exactly. I've been looking at the cards. It's not really that much of a leap yet, so I'll see.
I think it's just the available, especially on the 3090, it's the available RAM that's built into those cards as well, though, isn't it? That's one of the only major differences.
That's the major thing about it. But as of right now, I don't see a reason for me to take my shit apart, so I'm not even going to worry with it at this point.
Yeah. Speaking of which, however, Wilmy started this conversation off before we went on to it, so we'll cover it properly now. But the PS5 UI reveal. So, obviously, we spoke about it before. We did cover the fact that it's a waste of system resources, but it's being touted as the next big thing. And obviously, you can't live without 4K HDR UIs. We know this. Obviously, it makes no difference what resolution Spider-Man or Godfall or anything's running at, as long as that UI is running at native 4K. That's all that matters.
I'm telling you, man, I like to go party. We'll just stare at the UI for hours. And we can even post it on YouTube because you got a channel too.
Yeah. We'll just stream it, yeah. Just tiny little cameras in the corner, do nothing but stream the dashboard.
I may actually do that on release day.
No, you should.
Just to be an ass. Just stream the UI for 2 hours.
PS5 UI you'd have to put in the title, and the channel would probably get flooded.
Yeah, I may do that.
Thousands of people.
And
You
true
could just sit there
4K.
staring at it.
When you
Tell
say
me
that,
going back and forth.
you know what the funny thing is, though, and I don't know whether or not it's just because I'm more Xbox centric, but no matter what I post that's PlayStation centric on the channel, it just does not go anywhere. Like nothing happens. Post something Xbox and that's it. The views go up. Talk about anything PlayStation, it's like no one's interested. I'm like, what is going on? Like, is it just me? Does anybody?
That's
like,
odd.
do they not like positive news?
I guess not, but apparently not. That's weird, man. That's really weird. I think it'd be the opposite almost.
I thought it'd be the opposite. I thought, all right, PlayStation's bound to get some views. Anything I upload that's got anything to do with PlayStation, no matter how many tags I put in that video, nope, goes nowhere.
You got to
Like,
make
Wow, that's
make
crazy.
thumbnails, man. You got to step up the thumbnail game. That's all.
It's gonna be thumbnail, misleading thumbnails.
Yeah, you got to do the clickbait.
Clickbait titles.
Yes,
You
clickbait
gotta put up
titles.
a headline, something like UI from PS5 shuts down Xbox.
Oh, it's
Unbelievable PS5 UI feature that nobody else saw coming.
PS5 cures cancer. You know, something like that. I mean,
Sony's secret weapon the Xbox couldn't afford to miss, and they did. RDA1 features. What?
yeah, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to see one certain YouTuber put up a post like, Microsoft bought ZeniMax, but the check bounced. Picked up by PS5. I'm waiting to see that headline. I know it's coming in the next few weeks.
Yep.
It's seriously about features right now. Like this PS5 features Xbox doesn't have, loses next gen for fucking Phil
Spencer.
Spencer and his ball sack were itchy last week. What?
Phil Spencer is lying again.
Ridiculous.
The funny part, Xbox did have them in 2013. So
Yeah.
most of it.
Speaking of which, the snap feature that we've gained back again on PlayStation 5 that only ever used for the TV, that's now been taken out of the Xbox. But now you can watch your friend's game while you game. Now, are you actually going to watch your friend's game while you game?
No.
Maybe you're having a
How can you do that? You're going to just split your eyes into two directions?
It doesn't matter though. If you're watching the UI, it doesn't even matter. So
true.
If Husk is playing something on his PS5, which I know he's not even buying, I'm just going to use as an example, then I can sit and stare at my UI, pull Husk up on the screen and go, look at Husk watching the UI. We're having a moment.
Look at Husk looking at me, looking at watching the UI while
I mean maybe that's the reason behind it.
Like an endless looping
of UI.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm giving myself a lot of show ideas next month. So I'm gonna get about 7 different people just to put each other on the screen, and I'm gonna broadcast it. 7 of them in an endless UI loop. That will be
everyone's showing their own dashboards on UI.
Endless tunnel of 4K HDR awesomeness.
Yep.
Different parts of the UI, like one of them's in the game library, another one's in the store.
I'm looking up tips for the game they're not playing. Is there UI tips, picture in picture?
Watch for that. Watch for that on the channel next month. I'm telling you, it's going to happen now. Decided. 7 people, man. We're all just going to stream the UI, and we're going to do it in the little window.
Yep.
You could have races to see who can get to certain parts of the UI quickest.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Real games in the UI. Let's do that.
Yeah.
We make it a drinking
UI games.
Drinking game, yeah. That's just like, I lost again.
Oh,
oh shoot!
Damn it! You beat me. You beat me. I'm so upset.
Now you have to blow on your controller until you're lightheaded and pass out.
I have to blow on my controller until my wife gets embarrassed and decides to divorce me after 26 years.
Oh, shit.
Jesus Christ. trying to get. I don't even know where we're going with this, but we always. It's never staying on topic. How can we ever stay on topic? Jesus Christ!
What's the topic?
I don't know. I'm not. I've just lost it now. It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
Something UI
Something UI. Yeah.
Join us next month for the UI Olympics, where contestants will race to see who can complete cards first in split screen mode. In glorious 4K with HDR.
Exclusively on Gaming Beyond the Box. Christ. I mean, we've got before kind of the new gens do kick off as well. Though we do have the final kind of two what is meant to be kind of shows. We're expecting something from PlayStation, but we're also expecting something that was rumored for Xbox at that show that you mentioned before, Husk, with Miss Universe. But we know there is going to be some kind of show. We don't know where it is. I don't think it's got anything to do with that leak because I think that leak was just ridiculous.
Weird.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a look, all I has said is because that was meant to be X020, and I said, well, for starters, I don't think there's going to be an X020, not the way we know it.
Mm-mm.
And if you have a look at X019, I mean, the show Grounded was kind of the big reveal, apart from Everwild. They're not going to show off a new studio. They're not going to show off, especially the initiative. That's not going to be there. So I think it's going to be quite a muted event. I think people are getting carried away, but what is kind of expecting.
On the cusp of a partnership announcement, I would assume.
Who do you think that's with?
Old fucking Gabe.
See, that's where did that rumor start? The whole Valve thing?
Because he's in New Zealand, isn't he?
He's been involved, and they've been working closely with Steam. Like, there's a lot of integration happening.
It started back, I think, in July or August.
When he said Xbox was better?
No. Then he was talking about he wanted to retire.
Yeah.
There was rumors Gabe wanted to retire.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of where it's coming from. And you have to remember, Gabe worked for Microsoft years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys remember, I know it's one of Husk's favorite games in the world, Left 4 Dead.
Yes.
Back on the 360, when people were complaining that Left 4 Dead never made it to PlayStation, Gabe actually was on media saying it was a waste of time and money to make anything for the PlayStation. He wasn't going to make anything for the PlayStation. So I think people are taking from that, and plus the Zoom meeting they were in. But I'm to that point now. I don't believe shit until I see it official.
Yeah.
Because you remember the paywall was coming down a few months ago. Everybody was hyping that. That way, everybody that plays Fortnite could play for free, and all this other stuff. But I don't know, man. I don't put much faith in any of it. I do think there is something going on with Steam. The level that's going to amount to, I have no idea.
Yeah,
I think there's something there, maybe like a little partnership or something, but who knows?
Yeah, well, I did see there's quite a few articles just surrounding Gabe himself, and he's obviously going over to New Zealand, and at the minute he said he's applying for citizenship there now anyway, at least speaking to the Prime Minister about that. Now, first of all, I see rumours saying that he was going to bring his part of the vast majority of the studio that he can bring over to New Zealand, and then I saw that he wasn't going to bring any of the studio over, and it was just himself that was going over there. So it's a bit of a strange one. I don't know how he's kind of working it.
You know, Valve actually has part of one studio here.
Yeah.
They have a studio here in North Carolina because it's not too far from Epic.
Right. Makes sense.
Epic is like 68 miles from my house where I'm sitting right now. And I think Valve is in Winston-Salem, which isn't too far from there. So, and I know most studios now are working remote anyway. Not many of them are going into the studio.
Yeah, that's right. That's
right. Remember, my son makes video games.
Yes.
I'm not going to say who he works for, I done fucked up and did that once. But yeah, he's even working remotely now. So most of these studios, the people aren't even going inside the offices right now.
Yeah. No, I've seen that quite a few times, to be honest, and obviously we've spoken to a couple of developers as well that have kind of confirmed that. A few are kind of going in and out of the office. I think there's only a handful of places. I think New Zealand's one of them where it's a little bit easier over there. Not laxed. I think they've just kept on top of it to quite a degree, where people can work from office. But then people are putting two and two together with this Xbox New Zealand kind of thing, saying watch out for launch evening. We've got kind of announcements to make and things like that. And then that Twitch streamer / game studio director that's announcing a studio on whatever that stream is, thinking that there's going to be something more to it on that stream. And I think it's just sheer coincidence. I don't know about you guys.
I don't, like I said, man, I don't believe any of it until I actually see it come out from Xbox themselves.
Yeah.
There's too many rumors. People are so excited now for these consoles to come out. Everybody's jumping at every little bit of news they can.
Oh, yeah.
They're just blowing it up. Matter of fact, I think today's Wednesday, right? Probably by Friday, there'll be arguments over the power cords for both consoles. But yeah,
in the power cord for one console.
Yeah.
Yep. In detail.
Is the same length, but it's thicker. And, girth matters. So they'll be arguing over that next week, and then there'll be a little piece of news come out about that one. Oh, it's grounded. It has a 3-prong plug. And the next thing you know, Microsoft just bought Underwriter Laboratories. Who knows?
It's just the funny thing was mentioning power cords, but again, Jeff Keighley showed off the power cord, and it just blown up, and everyone was like, "Really?" Like, I know you've just on that occasion he was just trolling and taking the piss, but it was just like, honestly, really, is that the route we're going down now? We're just posting parts of things, and then the joke got stale, and he was just posting every little small item for PlayStation.
Oh yeah. Yep. Every little thing's going to be posted, just like the UI. There's nothing grand about it. Xbox has already said theirs is going to be different when it's released.
Yep.
I could care less about a 4K UI.
Nope. As long as it's quick and snappy and gets us where we need to go quickly, that's all that matters. I'm not going to be spending much time.
Yep. As long as it doesn't crash, that's all that matters to me. I don't care. And adding HDR to it is really a waste of time.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think it's just the only thing that I want for PlayStation is quality of life. I still don't understand, and I hope they have changed it, but I mentioned this on Iron Lords. You press the PlayStation button, it takes you to Dash. You've got to hold the PlayStation button to get the guide open to start talking to people. Why don't you reverse that? All I want you to do is reverse that. Hold it to take it to Dash, or press it once to bring the guide up. It's a basic feature that should be in there. Like, every time I jump from Xbox to PlayStation, I press the little the PlayStation symbol, and that's it, back on dashboard. I'm like, that's not what I wanted to do. Just basic shit. I'd rather they just didn't change them little bits than 4K HDR dashboard. That makes no difference to me at all. Dear God.
And matter of fact, that lady you were just talking about, Dutch, she just posted a tweet a minute ago saying Xbox is buying the moon, Valve is putting a studio on it, and I am the director.
Is that literally what she's posted?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
10 minutes ago.
Laurie pops.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Yeah, because somebody tagged me to it.
At least they're joking about it. At least they can joke about it. You see, that's the kind of fun that I don't mind Xbox doing, because at least Xbox just joke about it. But PlayStation just absolutely deadly serious all the way through. That's the only thing.
Well,
so Kena Bridge of Spirits has just been announced that it's releasing in 2021.
Say that again?
Kena Bridge of Spirits, the other one that was meant to release in the launch window.
Oh, yeah, that was put back, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's 2021 now.
But that's only launch exclusive. That's not
exclusive,
is it?
Yeah, launch console exclusive. So it'll be about 6 or 12 months or something like that.
601. That looks really good.
It does. Just again, it's a shame these aren't there for launch because otherwise it might made us change my mind on getting one at launch. But yeah,
I mean, considering it's to some people, launch exclusives are so important, or first-party launch exclusives.
Yeah,
PlayStation doesn't have that much. It's got the Astrobot and the car game.
Yeah.
So it's not really anything to shout about.
No, exactly. It's a bit of a strange one. It really is.
I mean,
really is.
Microsoft did mess up by having all their eggs in the Halo basket for launch. I mean, if they pulled it off, it'd have been brilliant, but they had no backup plan, which was dumb.
If they had pulled that one off, they would have had a huge mic drop there.
Yeah, that would have been great, but things happen.
Yeah,
exactly. You can see that by the PlayStation, the PlayStation kind of end park there. The PlayStation, they've got, other than Demon Souls, that's not for everybody. That's not going to ship 10 million consoles on launch. That's the only thing. And now they've got the contention of, are all the games going to run as good as they can do on PlayStation 5 that they used to play? Because a lot of people are going to have to play these games over. They're not going to finish them. And are you going to be playing Bugsnax on launch? Probably not. That's not a system seller. You're going to be playing Volcano High.
Oh, that's a system seller. You know it is.
Wilmy is. That's Wilmy's first game.
I will stream it privately to your channel, sir.
I will host. But I think we will wrap it up today. Of course, Husk had to jump out there finally, but we will give him a nice outro. But thank you very much for everybody for joining us today. Again, this is it's quite a difficult one at the minute, discussing anything to do with gaming, because we all just wanted to hurry up and kind of get on to the next gen now. Things are starting to kind of slow down a little bit. So we're just going to have some fun. We're going to be discussing some mad topics over the next couple of weeks. We do have quite a few decent guests coming up as well that we should enjoy, and a few for the day after launch. I have been speaking to one of the community managers for Ubisoft Nordic, who's going to be joining us now, Magnus, on the 11th, along with also Joe from Song of Iron again on the 11th of November. So that should be good fun.
I was just watching that trailer that he posted. That game looks amazing. Really,
it does look good, doesn't it?
Looks that's going to be a day one purchase for me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Is that with the sound effects?
Yeah.
I saw that as well. Yeah,
it looks like absolutely amazing.
That's really good.
So yeah, it'd be good fun to have those on. We also should have something lined up for next week, potentially changing stream Thursday next week, but we'll see. We're still waiting on confirmation for that one. Week after that, we have Green Pass Gaming coming on. The VJ, Flap, and Puxley are all jumping on with us as well. So that'll be good fun. So obviously tune in for that. Next week, I think Forza Erwin's going to be doing a giveaway for F1 2020 as well into one lucky chat member. And of course, the main giveaway for us at the moment is a custom Elite Series 1 designed by yours truly. As soon as we hit that 500 subscriber mark, one lucky winner in the chat will be winning a custom Elite. That'll be designed to spec, depending on who it is that gets chosen. So I'll be kind of in conversation with them afterwards, and we'll be running through what it is that they want on that controller, and I'll get building it, designing it, and ship it out to them. So Again, just make sure you're tuned in, active in the chat, and one very deserving chat winner and community member will win a custom Elite Series 1. As soon as we hit 500 subscribers, of course. Or middle mark aim. So I will do the wonderful outro for the last man standing from Game and Beyond the Box this evening. Wilmy, thank you very much for coming along, brother. I know you've got another show to jump into in a couple of hours, so you can get yourself more awake, have some coffees down.
Oh, actually, dude, it's time for I actually have to eat dinner and got a few other things to do before we do our show tonight.
Yep. So
and the great thing about being diabetic, it's either chicken, or turkey, or fish. So
any of those three, and it's always those three.
It's always one of those. I'm getting adventurous on occasion to eat something different, but it's very rare.
But if you'd like to let people know where to find you, brother, and what you've got going on, and of course, where they can find your show that is again airing in a couple of hours.
You can find me on, I would say on Twitter, but if you're one of the 50,000 I've got blocked, you're probably not going to find me. You can find me on Facebook. I do have a Facebook page, Wilmy Hood, or you can look it up under Wilmy2 Hood. You can find me on Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, Steam, Epic Store, all under Wilmy Hood. And you can find me on YouTube at Wilmy Hood and Twitch at Wilmy Hood. Just type in Wilmy Hood into Google, man. I've got all kinds of shit that pops up all over the place. But yeah, at 8 p.m. tonight Eastern, we will be doing our show. I have no idea what's going to happen. I do know I have a list of topics. Have no clue if we'll even get to one of them. But it is what it is. So, but thank you, Dutch, for having me on, man. It was awesome. It was good meeting you guys too. And we'll have to do a thing one night, but I know the time zones make it really shitty.
Yeah.
When we go live, it's like 1 a.m. there for you guys.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, it's a late one. I'm up for doing it again one time. I'd say it's always good fun. I had a lot of fun last time.
Oh yeah.
So come back on
again. We try to make it entertaining, man, because it's supposed to be about the game. It's supposed to be about having fun.
Oh yeah.
So if you're not having fun, then you probably shouldn't game. Collect stamps. Learn to punch yourself in the nuts for fun. I mean, do something different. Just quit playing games if you don't enjoy it.
I think we'll have to set up one of those playcast games again on a Sunday. I'll be able to set.
Yeah, because we've played with you before on Halo. I think we played Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Call of Duty. Yeah,
we did free for all.
Yeah. Yeah, let us know, man. Just get with me or Fork or one of the guys. We'll get it set up, and at least we can meet you at the same, the time zones won't be so bad that way.
Yeah, that's like afternoon.
We can do it early afternoons.
Yeah. So that's much easier. We'll get more next time. We only had 2 the last time. We'll get more.
I feel a next gen challenge coming up with Cold War. Let's do it.
Yeah, the new Cold War coming out. I played the hell out of that beta. I actually enjoyed it. So. But thanks, guys, for having me on, man. And we will definitely do the Playcasters one weekend.
Most definitely. Thank you very much for coming on, brother. Thank you very much. Patchy.
If you don't mind, I'm going to drop out of here now so I can grab dinner and get ready.
No problem.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
And last but not least, we say goodbye to our regular panel for this week. So, Patchy, if you let people know where they can find you, what you'll be able to do.
So, Jesus.
I know you're working on a few things for the channel at the moment as well, aren't you? When you can get around to it.
Yeah. So you can find me on Twitter, of course, with the name Petchu070. Also on Xbox, of course. Twitch as well. That's where I get my content from. So if you're able to... Okay, so Dutch decided to leave.
Carry on.
Just carry on, yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Go on. Keep going.
All right. So you can find me on Twitch as well. That's where I'm streaming on. So been playing some PUBG, the new map, and I'm looking forward to go live. So I'll definitely be playing that, of course.
Sweet. And if you don't manage, I was going to say, if you don't manage to catch it live, we will have a video up on the channel afterwards as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gonna make some clips as well, and then you'll see it on the channel, man. Of course.
Happy days. And where can people find you, brother? It's, of course, Twitter at Patchy070.
Yeah. Same as on Xbox, without the underscore, of course, and also on Twitch. So that's where people can find me, and on the podcast, of course.
Of course, every week, every Wednesday.
Every week. Never missed one, so.
Never missed one, exactly. Good man. Broya. Broya, where can people find you, brother?
Yeah.
What are you up to over the next couple of days?
Yeah, Broya Xbox on Twitter. I'm Broya on Xbox, and I'm on my Switch as well, Broya, and that's the only platforms that I'm using. But next couple of weeks will be interesting for me. I think I won't be that much online. I'll be moving to my new house, so that will be my most exciting thing that I will be seeing. And of course, in the next couple of weeks, I'm really looking forward to what's coming up on the Xbox side, and looking forward to getting into next gen.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm looking forward to that first stream after the launch of the next consoles, to be honest.
Yeah,
when
absolutely.
The vast majority of us have had a good couple of hours with them on launch night, just to kind of test initial impressions. I think obviously the following podcasts after that, when we find things that we might like or hate or have found kind of little niggly bits with, I think then it'll start to get interesting again. So, but can't wait. It is a case of right now, and I think a lot of people have mentioned it as well on Twitter now. It's quite hard to really jump into new games and things at the minute, because you're just like, I want the console now.
Yep.
Just next gen start. Just start.
Go.
But yeah, so brilliant. And last but not least, Shomberlon. If you can let people know where to find you, brother, and what you've got going on.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Xbox and PlayStation under Shomberlon, dead easy. I occasionally stream on Twitch. Same again, Shomberlon.
Yeah.
But probably try and do a bit more if we can all hook up like we did last time before I got kicked out of my room.
Yeah.
But yeah, what I've got going on.
Sweet. And last but not least, before we go, I have set up, and I will show there is a small website where I'm putting a new merch on. Again, I'm still needing to add the female kind of colors and female variants of these shirts, but you can kind of get a rough idea as to what they'll look like. So I'll just put that on screen now. So there we go. So 3 variants of the t-shirts there, just the standard crew t-shirts. You've got a hoodie for the winter, of course. We all want a hooded jacket these days. So we have the Midweek Mixup hoodie, and finally the crew shirt as well. So if we just put this on full screen layout, you can see there the full crew on there. So you've got Shomberlon, Patcher, myself, Erwin, Boxenberger, and Broya, all on the front there. So full crew shirt all across there. So yeah. So that's a good one to have. Of course, all priced exactly the same there. So all of them are $16.99 apart from the hoodie, which is $25. So there we go. Same applies for the women's variants as well. So the women's variants, pretty much any color. Again, if you want a different kind of color, let me know and I can make that available and put it on the site. And I'm just putting those together and putting them on the site over the coming days, and then I'll let you know what that is. And then you can have a look and see which one you want to get. But thank you to those who have kind of applied or at least ordered one so far.
Tomorrow for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to order one tomorrow, man. So.
It's at my mother-in-law.
Yeah. Broya has one. He just doesn't have it in his possession yet.
Hey, but the one with the crew on it, is that available from today?
Yes, it's available from today. I can't send the link out as well. If you want that one instead, I can't send you it. Yes. Yeah, I'll send you the link to that one, brother.
Of course.
But no,
all right, thanks.
I'll send you the link to that one. But the site itself, I'll be launching, I think, on Friday when I've got everything, all the links on. Just one area, I'll have an actual specific domain for the site up and running very shortly. But it will just be a quick WordPress site, just to have links directly to each T-shirt. Because at the moment, it was just a case of dropping all the links individually, which was a pain in the arse. But yeah. Thank you, everybody, anyway, for that came along for the stream today. Another awesome chat there. Again, more than 50 people. I think it's 55 at the top. And thank you, everybody who started from top to bottom and has stuck from the very beginning to the end of the podcast this evening. Great to see people again waiting for a podcast to start. We didn't think a couple of months ago we'd even have that. And obviously nearing 500 subscribers in such a short period of time is also great to see. So thank you very much to everybody for your support. And we hope we can obviously continue to grow with yourselves over the next coming months. Yeah, big thank you, big hearts all around. But no, thank you very much. I hope you all have a great night, and we will see you again next week. See you later.
See you guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.